We're the Prophets of GMS Toronto, coming back out again for another one. We'd like to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakadash. Double honors unto the elders and elder apostles of GMS that rule well and that teach well. And to all you brothers on the four corners of the earth who just work in truth and sincerity, shalom to you as well. And to some of you aquats out there that are trying, learning to the best of your ability, shalom to you women as well. Back out here with another one. Can somebody get the scripture, the eyes of the Lord God, unless you have something? All right, we're back out here again, just prophesying the downfall. Go ahead. Yeah, we're just prophesying the downfall of this sinful kingdom because it's our job, right? You people are not watching, so we have to be the watchers. Thus says the Bible, right? We're looking out for all the calamities, just like we looked out for you people 3 to 4 years ago through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and our elder apostles, and we told you not to take something, you took it. Well, there's something new coming, and you're about to take it, right? In Toronto, we have a strike going on with the LCBO, and the reason why you people with the LCBO don't know what's going on is because you don't know it's the time for the RFID, right? Too much of you people have that job. They're going digital. They want you people to get out of here. We're not living in that old world anymore. We're living in a new world, right? This is the new world, so get used to the new world. Less jobs, right? And everything is, go ahead. And everything pertaining to jobs is going to be a machine. You're going to be dealing with a lot of AI. Every day you deal with AI. In your car, that's an AI. You go into your building, that's an AI. When you tap your key, that's an AI. When you deal with your cell phone, that's an AI. Chat GPT, AI. So they're getting you people used to AI. Shalom. Go ahead.
Shalom. Verse 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom.
Yeah, and those are literally angels. And there's thousands and thousands of angels throughout the whole world taking record of everything that's going on, right? Right? Because this is a court case. This is a court hearing. So all them angels are recording. Just like you might see a guy in Toronto come and give you a ticket. He's looking out to see infractions. Is there any infraction? Well, I gave you a ticket because there was an infraction. You did something you weren't supposed to do. Well, that's what the angels are doing. They're walking around and they're doing all the infractions. There's tickets. Everybody has tickets. Oh, you sin here. Oh, you did this. Well, that's a ticket. And that's going straight to the Heavenly Father for the day of judgment, man. And you have to pay your bill unless you are of the elect. And then if you're of the elect of the 1/3, then your ticket is going to be wiped clean. It's going to be expunged. Go ahead.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
And the reason why it's going to be destroyed is because of all the filthiness and it's polluted. So because it's filthy and it's polluted, it has to be destroyed. You're not leaving the Most High with any choice. Just like in Sodom. In the time of Sodom, the only thing that Abraham was praying for, Abraham was just saying, if there's any righteous Lord, will you deliver? Would you deliver? The Lord said yes. So if there's 50 righteous men, I'm going to deliver those 50 righteous men. He never said he was going to deliver the city. So it's the same thing with this place. The righteous men are to be delivered, not the city. This whole kingdom has to be destroyed because it's polluted, man. So at the end of the day, can great Babylon be saved? No way. No way, Jose. The brother just read it. It's going to be destroyed, man. That's the judgment of the great whore. The only thing that's going to be delivered out of this place is going to be the elect and the 1/3. That is it. Everything else is going to be turned to dust and the smell of smoke, man. That's why the scripture is asking the Most High, were you mad with the birds? Were you mad with the trees? What did the water do? Because all the Great Lakes, we have things known here in Ontario as Great Lakes. What did the Great Lakes do, Most High? Wicked people have done wicked things in the Great Lakes, so I'm destroying it too. Go ahead.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob.
See? So I won't utterly destroy the house of Jacob. Just like he delivered just Lot out of Sodom, he's going to deliver the just men of Israel. The 144,000 along with 1/3. There's nothing more precious in the world. You know how on the Titanic, they were saying women and children first? No, the Most High is saying the elect first. That's who's going on the ship first. Those are the men who are going to be delivered. They're the precious. They're the ones that shine in this place. right? If it wasn't for them, the place would have been as Sodom and Gomorrah, like it says in Isaiah 1, verse 4 or 5. Go ahead.
For lo, I will command and sift the house of Israel.
And that's the point. The point of us being out here is to let you know that there's an elect, there's a remnant. Because if we just follow these people, we're just going to say there's no use to be righteous. Because that was the whole mindset. It was just a dog-eat-dog world. Go along to get along. As in Rome, do as the Romans. But Mosai said, nah, I'm going to sift. Read that part again.
For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel.
See? So there's people that are going to be sifted throughout the world, man. And those people are going to be saved. Those are righteous men. Though they fall 7 times, they get back up. But they're going to be delivered out of the hellhole by the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Go ahead.
Among all nations, like as corn is sifted.
And that's why you people get lost in the Bible. You think the Bible is for all nations. The scriptures just let you know. He's going to sift through all nations. It could have just said, I'm going to save all nations. Why is he going to sift through all nations? Because you have Israel that are scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth. It's simple. The only reason why you people are complicating the scriptures is because it's not for you. You can't spiritually connect with these words, man. Go ahead.
Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
And the reason why that's not going to happen is because they have something that's known as the Thawa. They have a mark. They have a mark, a special mark that's going to be shown to the angels. Because in the book of Ezekiel, it says that the angels are going to go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that are done in the midst thereof. So you cannot separate those men from being delivered. They are literally going to be, they're going to shine bright in the place of darkness, man. And when the angel comes, the angel's going to know, yep, there's one. Good, he's good to go. He's got the Willy Wonka ticket, man. Just like in the movie Willy Wonka, he had a golden ticket. Well, the elect, they have a golden ticket, man. Go ahead.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
They're known as the 2/3. You literally have a name in the scriptures. You're known as the 2/3. You're going to die by the sword. And don't ask us why. You already know why. We're no longer going to tell you 2/3 Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans why you're going to die. You're wicked. And you know it, man. You know it. And you exalt yourself in your wickedness. You boast in your wickedness. All you got to do is listen to a rap song. All you got to do is listen to an R&B song. All you got to do is listen to their podcasts. All you got to do is watch their movies. They're telling you what they do, man. I fuck your bitch and send her back home to you. If you were mine, put it in a love song. So because it sounds better, it's more righteous. Oh, you're not doing this for your lady, so I'll do it for your lady. That's unrighteousness, man. And these are the music that gets millions and millions of views, millions and millions of spins, indoctrinating people and letting people think that that lifestyle is righteousness. Go ahead, man.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. But say the evil shall not overtake.
Which means that they're saying that being pork won't overtake them. That's fine. You're saying adultery won't overtake you. That's fine. And now you're saying taking the charagma, which is the RFID, which is the MOTB, you're saying that's fine as well. Even men that are in this thing of ours are saying it's okay to take that thing in your right hand or in your forehead, man. Cool. So when you get destroyed, don't ask us why. When certain things start happening to you, just like the people, the report just came out on everything that just happened. You people took the Beetlejuice, and they said, the report says that the people from the top covered it all up. They covered it all up. They hid all the numbers of people that got deleted. It's all not there. That's why they're letting you think that the Beetlejuice is okay. They literally just released all the information, all the documents in Europe, I think in Belgium, right?
That day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is called it, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruin.
Exactly, and in that time, there's not going to be any more arguments. There's not going to be any more GMS camp, IUIC camp, IUSPK camp, and all the rest of you bug-outs. There's only going to be one truth. That's it. And if you don't follow, like it says in, where is that? Luke? Is Is that Luke 19, verse 27? But those my enemies will not follow me. Bring them before me and slay them. Most High is the game is done, man. The game's done. It's done. We're at the end. We're in the time of Civil War. We're in the time of World War III. And we're in the time of the MOTV, man. It's done. Go ahead.
And I will build it up as the days of old.
Meaning that's going to be the structure. There's going to be a rulership structure, which is what we're trying to teach you men now, for you men that get jealous of the structure of your camp. If you can't organize yourself in a camp, that means you're not ready for rulership, man. Because as men, you have to know order first, man. How could you rule if you don't understand order? It's just about order, man. So the Most High is going to raise it up as in the day of old. And what did Jake do in the day of old? They fought each other. That's all we ever did. When we ruled in the Dark Ages, why are we not in rulership today? Because of family feuds, because we warred against each other, we warred for the throne, and all that, and all these different religions. Go ahead.
That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
And that's what it's about, man. It's about rulership. Rulership comes with slaves. I don't care what none of you care about or none of you think, man. Rulership comes with slaves. Call it whatever you want to call it. Call it workers, call it employees, but rulership comes with slaves. And we're going to slave the entire world to think how we think and to believe what we believe. Forced. We're forcing it upon you. Go ahead.
And of all the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth it.
That's right. Come on. Come on. Well, you can break it down. You can break it down.
This is Nahum 1 and 5. It says the mountains quake at him, and the hills melt, and the earth is burned at his purpose. It says, yea, the world and all that dwell therein. Right? And that's going into governments, municipalities. Right? The mountains are big governments, and the hills can represent smaller governments. Right? Pursuant to Revelation 17.
That's right.
It says, verse 6. It says, who can stand before his indignation, which is righteous anger. Right? It says, and who can abide in the fierceness of his anger? His fury is poured out like fire, and the rocks are thrown down by him. The Lord Yahweh is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him.
Second Esdras 15 and 1. Behold, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
And that's one reason why they don't like this book, because this book has future prophecy. And you know what the future prophecy says? It talks about destruction. Just like when you go into Jeremiah 28 and 8, there's the reason why this book is so dangerous, because this book doesn't preach delusion. Every religion preaches delusion. This book doesn't preach delusion. This book preaches righteousness in the manner of truth. So it's letting you know that if you do this, judgment. It lets you know that you Edomites are in rulership today, but you will be taken out of rulership tomorrow. And you Israelites, the reason why you're on the bottom is because of your wickedness. It's not telling you, oh, go to church, sing and dance, and everything shall be okay. No. It's not telling you that you could buy a plot of land in heaven. What? What are you talking about? Why would you? Who told you that a spiritual person, when you're in the spirit, that you're going to need a house? Does the spirit need running water? Does the spirit need light? Does the spirit need a bed? That's how sick and demented people are, man. The kingdom of heaven is talking about here on earth, rulership, man. Right? I have a website on Instagram where I post different places around the world. Those places that I post look heavenly. White sand beaches, the water is clear, it's blue, the fruits is real. You could see the fishes look healthy. There's not that much people there. That's heaven. That's heaven, man. When you're in the ghetto, you see rats, you see roaches, you hear sirens. 2 people got shot yesterday. That's hell. You can't pay your rent. That's hell. That's hell. Your woman comes home, she probably just had sex with another man. That's hell. Your woman probably just brought you to court. You're paying child support while another man is living in your house. That's hell, man. There's hell. It's just like the man that shot his wife in her head on her birthday, and he's now in hell. But really and truly, mentally, he's in heaven because he was in hell in his own home. He was living hellishly. Could be like, no, he had everything. He had a home. He had a wife. The man gave all of that up because of that damn nagging ass woman, man. He said, fuck that shit, man, because this world represents hell.
That's right.
Based upon the ideology of this world. Uplifting women in this society so they can become more powerful than a man. Women don't operate that way. They operate under subjection, man. That's why the whole world looks down upon the West. They don't understand you. You go to the Middle East, they look at you people like you're crazy. You go to China, they don't understand what you're doing. Go ahead.
Yeah, because pretty much you're set up to serve her, right? You're set up to be her servant, when in the ancient world and on the other side of the ocean, it's the other way around.
So the way around.
She served you. She served the household. You know, and there's nations that understand having multiple women is part of building a home economy.
Exactly.
Right? It's not an orgy fest, man. You know, it's not Hugh Hefner's mansion.
Where you wife swap.
Yeah, we understand you're not abundant pleasure, but there's a lot of work to that too. What the hell? When these women go in their rag.
They might bicker. They might bicker. Even our women in the scriptures bickered with each other, man. Right? The reason why Hagar had to get discarded was because of Abraham's wife.
And it goes back to what you're saying about order.
Yeah, God.
There's a lot of order, man. Because men might listen and say, yeah, I like these guys. They're talking about multiple women. But in their mind, it's a Western way of dating, popping them and leaving them.
That's right.
Back after 6 months.
That's right. That's right.
There's responsibility.
Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? And so for the Lord hath created a new thing in
And
the
there's
earth.
two backsliding daughters. There's the one of the elect and the 1/3, and there's one of the 2/3. The one that are of the elect and the 1/3, they're gonna come away before the judgment of this world. Some of them might come at the 11th hour, right? And then you have the 2/3. They will never stop. What the brother just said, they will never stop. Go ahead. Oh, he has headphones. They will forever be wicked. Go ahead.
For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall surpass a man.
Yeah, and like we always say, this is a future prophecy that happened. Show me another religious book that has it. Show me one. You guys love to bring up all your books. Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Quran, all these different books that you have. Which of them have future prophecies? Like the feminist movement. This is the feminist movement right here. This is it right there. The Most High just predicted it thousands of years ago. What do you guys want? That alone should let you know that the Bible is real. Because no other text has that. That a woman shall overpass a man. Who back in the day would have judged that? Which man would have put money on that? Do you know how manly men were back in the day? For them to put money to say women were going to be on a pedestal? Nobody could have seen this coming. Because we understand how weak they are as a species. Go ahead.
Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her.
And the shame that's going to befall you women, and I'm only referring to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American women. I don't care about the heathen women. Those heathen women, they're just concubines. But you women that turned your back on your man, the shame that's going to come upon you is going to be the worst shame that's ever been felt throughout the history of mankind. Because never in the history of mankind has women turned their back on their own men like our women did. None. There is no woman. Esau's woman went into the caves with him. When Esau was on all fours, barking like a damn dog, scratching himself with fleas, his woman was in there with him. Our women are the only women that are not coming on the ride with us. They never came through the mud with us. Just like they like to talk about, oh, I was raped during slavery. No, you weren't. You were some of the first to switch. A lot of that is a lie. A lot of those women went to go and sleep with the Edomite men. They went and volunteered their bodies up. Go ahead.
Micah 7:10. Then she that is my enemy, the same shall see it. Then she that is my enemy, same shall see it, and shame shall cover her. With said in her heart upon
And the reason why our women is our enemies is because this Caucasian society has already indoctrinated their mind. You cannot claim a woman if you don't have her mind. To claim a woman, you have to have her mind. It's not about a woman's body, it's about her mind. And our women are under hypnosis. They've went to school, they've got the Disney program, they've got the liberal program, now they have the feminist program, now they're being programmed by Cardi B, they're being programmed by all these whores. So our women, their mind is not that of a woman. So why would you claim that? I just... And that's why all of them, you see them walking with no man. They'll have the youth, but they won't have the man.
shame shall cover her. And said unto me, where is the Lord thy power?
Hey, and that shame is going to come in the form of your lover also turn his back on you just like he did during Katrina. In Katrina, you women had no protectors. You couldn't run to the Caucasian because he was on a tear. Anything with color, he was trying to shoot down in the streets. And then the men didn't want you because you already turned your back on them. We won't want you in the future, man. We won't want you during calamity. During calamity, you know what you need during calamity? People that listen. People that follow orders. Let's go, let's go. When the fire alarm is ringing, the firefighter's not coming to debate with you. The firefighter's not going to say, did you leave anything? You want us to go grab your Gucci shoes? Should we go get the TV? When the firefighter busts through your door, he's grabbing you and he'll probably grab you by your hair, but he's just trying to save you. He doesn't give a damn. When it's go time, it's go time. Go ahead.
My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the street.
And we're looking at them like that right now. That's how you know the scripture already began. It already began. Shalom. You know how much women I'm seeing now? Right now we're in Toronto, Canada. The gay month just finished. We're in the time of Caravana now. That means you're gonna see half naked women. The majority of these women, I'll look and I don't want it. It's not like before. You can already see the filth. The filth is already there. You know it's a feast of Bacchus, man. You might see a sexy girl and you're like, and 10 years ago, you know us. Oh, we're going. Oh, we're going. Yeah, we're going.
Now it's like Jacob Flatter.
That's what I see now, bro. That's exactly what I see. I see right through them. I'm just like, yo, this girl's sexy. Titties on point, ass on point.
How many makers do you need to see a transformation? You just make on, just make on.
Yep.
Right? It's a different person.
Bro, you should see some of my clothes. On your shirt. And some material of your clothes that never comes out.
Nope.
It's ruined forever.
Yeah.
Isaiah 13:14. And it shall be as a chaste robe and as a sheep that no man taketh up.
And the reason why is because our defense in this society is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We have no other defense. That's why the scripture says, "Although worm Jacob." We're a worm. So it's going to even be worse for our women. They're on a lower plateau. The reason why you women are protected now is because of the police force, the military force, politicians, and laws. That's the only reason.
So-called civil order.
Civil order.
They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
Yeah, because it's going to be time of the purge, right? That great movie. Well, there's a lot of them now, a lot of different ones, and they're all good, man. And we're in that time right now. We're in the election year. We're in the time of the purge. And in America, you can already see the Civil War. I see it right before my eyes, man. You can tell it's going to happen, man. It's going to happen with those two people. That's all I'm going to say. We don't have to go deep. If you people don't know, you don't know. But you ain't gonna try to strike our channel because, oh, we're saying this, we're saying that. Nah. The civil war is gonna happen, and that's we're going by what the government is saying. This is not just by our own words. The government has said that. Those are the reports. Even in Canada, the RCMP said to prepare for a civil war. That's not our own Rakatayaw, Rakatayaw
They
Shai.
said in the very near future. They've been scoping this whole situation.
Right now, man, LCBO, they want to strike for a month or two, man.
Civil war.
Man.
Yo.
They said it's countless T people coming through the border, right? The cells, the T cells.
Yep.
Right? So that shows you they're not just going to one place. It's somewhere in California, somewhere in Texas,
Yep.
New York, Chicago,
Toronto. Yep.
right? So that means when that time comes, you might have a 9/11 event one day, and people are mourning, and then the next day is another event.
Yo.
And then another event.
Back to back. No time to. That's what they did in Batman.
Oh yes,
That's what,
yes. I
what
was just
they did
thinking
in
about that.
Batman.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what they did. They never gave them no time to
No,
respond.
no break.
Yeah.
So that's what we call a polycrisis.
Con.
Right?
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, and their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. I will stir up the means against them, which shall not regard silver or gold. They shall not delight in them.
Yes, and really and truly, those are going to be banker wars, right? When the third war begins, that's going to be a banker war, right? For more control, right? Because it's going to be in their mind, in the elite's time, it's going to be time to do away with America. It's going to be time to big up or prop up the BRICS, all those people. America, you're done. You're becoming an ancient store. You're going out of business, obsolete, right? The way the world is, the way Russia is, the way China is, the way India is, that's how the bankers like it, man. You Americans, you're too liberal. You have too much rights, right? And you have too much weapons. The elites don't like that. The elites like how Canada is. No weapons, the people have no weapons, and they just go with whatever the government tells them. That's what they like, right? They like it like China, socialists. So the Third World War is going to be a banker's war, but at the end, when the Most High gives the word, Yahushua is going to come back, and they're all going to turn on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and the armies of Israel, man.
Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the road. Their eyes shall not spare children.
Yeah, because that's war. Go ahead. That's how war is. In a time of war, you don't worry about if that's a baby or anything like that, right? Babies die in war. Go ahead.
And Babylon, the glory of the kingdom, the beauty of the Chaldees.
And when you hear that word, that word Babylon in the scriptures, it could either be talking about two places. You have ancient Babylon, right, where you have Nimrod, right, Semiramis, you have people like that. Yeah, that's the water. That's right. And that was in Iraq. That place is not wiped off the earth. It's still there. The modern day Babylon, which the scripture says it will be wiped off the map, is going to be here in America, in the West, North America, man. It's going to be wiped clean off the map. That's the Babylon that it's talking about. That's modern day Babylon, man. Two different places.
And then those Medes, those are the Russians, right? Which they're in a different sphere, right? They put up an article where they banned the Transformers.
Yeah.
To get that operation. And the first politician, it just came out a week ago, right? They transitioned and they were forced to detransition.
That's right. That's right.
Detransform. Right? So they're in a different spirit, man. They're not going to regard the money, which Babylon is bankrupt anyway. This place is bankrupt, right? It doesn't hold anything of value. You're not an exporter. You're an importer. mass consumer. And you have been spoiled, like the brother was saying, because you have lived deliciously. Right? You have been in lasciviousness, you know, and you pretty much spoiled yourself.
Let me get this from you real quick. This is Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against it, and say, Thus said the Lord power, Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws.
Yeah, the Most High, he's not with you. Russians, he's still against you because you guys are Edomites, right? But the Most High is using it. And when he's going to put, he already put those hooks in your jaw. And he's slowly already pulling them, right? He's pulling you back to the enmity between you and America, right? That you guys shared during the Cold War.
That's right.
Right? And the Cold War turns hot real quick. You know, especially under certain situations, which we're under those situations right now. Right?
And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmets.
Iran and Russia, you know the ties. Those guys have deep ties, man. Right? They share a lot of business and commonalities, man. Right? Especially their hatred for America. Right? They really do. Right?
That was the point. That was the point.
Isaiah 13 and 19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's right.
It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
Yeah, but like the brother was saying about, go ahead. But the brother was saying about the ancient Babylonians, and then you really had three because you had the Neo-Babylonians back.
That's true. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Nebuchadnezzar,
Yeah, that's right.
right? We went into captivity.
You did.
And then you have the revived Babylonian Empire.
That's right.
Which is America.
No, you're right.
Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter, right?
Most of
Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent here.
Yeah, and then, the brother said, you have Baghdad, Iraq. People are inhabiting it. Even though you had, 2 million people died there
Yeah.
from America. You still have people inhabiting it, right? And living in there. So this is talking about a different place. Right?
Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent here, neither shall the shepherd make your home.
It smells over there,
big time.
right?
But wild beasts on the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of gold. Flowers shall grow there, and saffron shall dance, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their fields, in their desert, dragging their sons of desert creatures.
God, I got Jeremiah 51 and 47. Therefore, behold, the days come that I will do judgment upon the graven images of Babylon, and her whole land shall be confounded, and all her slain shall fall in the midst of her. Then the heaven and the earth and all that is therein shall sing for Babylon, for the spoilers shall come unto her from the north, said the Lord. As Babylon hath caused the slain of Israel to fall, so at Babylon shall fall the slain of all the earth.
Which the north countries, the Russians, right? Their allies, they're going to shoot missiles upon America. That's the Third World War. Simultaneously, you're going to have the Valley of Decision, right? The Valley of Jehoshaphat.
That's right.
They're going to be fighting the Third World War in the land of Saudi Arabia, in the desert.
That's right.
Right?
Verse 50, yea, that have escaped the sword, go away, stand not still. Remember the Lord afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind. We are confounded because we have heard reproach. Shame hath covered our faces, for strangers are come into the sanctuaries of the Lord. Verse 53, though Babylon should mount up to heaven, and though she should fortify the height of her strength, yet from me shall spoilers come unto her, said the Lord. That was the point.
Isaiah 47:1. Come down,
Yeah, go ahead.
sit down, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Take the wilds, it says, take the millstone. And
Yeah,
grind meal.
America, one time it was tender and delicate. It was something that people wanted to aspire to come here and live and make a living, make their dream come true, right? But now you go through the major cities, you go to Los Angeles, New York, right? Chicago, they're run down. Philadelphia, right? These once upon a time great cities, they're run down.
Toronto's running down.
Yep.
You have all kinds of shit running down here,
that's right.
right? The rat infestations,
Yep,
the
they
violence, the crime.
back a couple of years ago, they had the bed bug infestation. That bed bug city.
Take the millstone and grind meal. Uncover the locks, make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh, pass over the river. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Huh? We're Israelites, we're not Israelis. The Israelis are citizens. Right?
Thy nakedness.
What is your Christian? Huh? You follow who the world calls Christ. That's not his name yet. That's not this guy. Right? This guy on the floor. That's not the Lord's son. And his name's not Christ. He wasn't Greek. He was Hebrew. We're the Hebrew Israelites. The Hebrew Israelites. We're the original Hebrew Israelites. We're exiles. Right? We're the first from the land of Israel. That's being considered a circumcised son. Where are you from? England? You never seen Israelites in England? A bunch of Israelite camps in England. You ever walk down London? Yeah, you never seen Israelites? There's a bunch of Israelites down there. You can say it, this city. You can say it, this city, but this is a heritage.
Have you heard about the Dark Ages? Excuse me, have you heard about the Dark Ages? Have you heard about the Dark Ages in Europe? Yeah, in Europe, like the Middle Ages. Yeah, so
Of the no, fuck. No.
No, those brothers got it right.
everybody
I think they do. Fuck.
when you go to Russian icons, right?
Drop.
In the Middle Ages, everybody was dark. They were dark skinned. In Europe. Russia, England, Scotland. Everybody knew who the saints were. You couldn't get them.
Well, it's not up to a year because you did have the Slavs and you had the serfs, right? And the Slavs and the serfs were Caucasians, right? That's why they're known as Caucasians, the cave dwellers. They dwelt in the caves of South Georgia, Russia. You could say that. I don't really like that word, but they did regress
They're
as a
called wild
people.
men.
They were called wild men. They were known as the wild men.
Have you heard about the Moors? Of the Moors from Spain, about their empire? Because they basically civilized Europe. Well, this is Revelation 20:1, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold of the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So during that time, like the Moors were in power. The black people of Europe, they were in power for 1,000 years. Known as the Middle Ages. Basically, the 1800s when basically like we fell. No, like we're like
No, you people that look like you took over. You had different slave rebellions. When you had the serf rebellions, that's when you people took over. But also during that time, well, good for you, bad for us, because we're no longer in rulership. You guys are now above us. We used to be above you. Well, it depends who your ancestors are, right? I can't really judge you. Well, I can't really say that. I can't really say you're the original.
we don't know.
Right, but we don't know if you're the original. I can't say you were. My people were the Lords, but the Lords didn't look like you. The Lords were a lot more dark skinned.
They're known as the stewards or the Swarthy people.
That's right. Of course, we rule most of the known world, but not only our people.
So
Right?
like, hang on, evolutionary, like evolutionary, like 50,000, 100,000 years ago, like
There's no such thing as 50,000, 100 years ago. That's not accurate for the Earth. The Earth is not even 50,000 years old. That's not accurate. That's definitely not accurate. Okay, what empire started 50,000 years ago? What empire was that? Okay, before you say you're done, what empire was that? What do you mean? I just want to know. What empire was that? Well, you did. I didn't. I never evolved from an ape. If you want to, I evolved from a man. What do you mean, what man? A man.
Hold on, you said the apes, right? Where's the missing link?
Apes like the creatures, not apes, but actually
You said
apes.
ape.
Apes like
Yeah, he said no.
Where's the missing link?
like anthropology. But like ape like
Where's
like
the missing link?
There's many missing links.
Where?
Where's the transition from an ape to
Evolution is a
man?
very well-grounded scientific
Well grounded. So you believe in a big bang.
I understand that it's a thing that's most understood. I'm not believing it. It's not believing it. It's a thing that is like
How do
understood.
you reckon the universe came about? So how do you reckon the universe came about?
I don't know. I'm not really knows.
But you know how people evolve though.
Well, like, it's an understanding that people have that across the world there's a very clear scientific evidence of evolution.
You know that Darwin rejected it.
It doesn't matter what you reject or not reject. It doesn't matter like what the person rejects. The scientific findings are scientific findings. The scientific findings are the very clear facts that humans evolved.
Right, but you still never answered the question of the person that's transitioning today. Where's that middle? Where's that transition now? Today, like 2024.
A lack of evidence doesn't mean that's not true.
I agree.
There's obviously a very clear evidence
I
over
agree,
4
but
billion
where's the
years.
transition though? So you're telling me evolution stops? So did evolution stop?
But also there's many examples of humans over obviously hundreds of thousands of years who have moved from a creature that looked like humans to not humans. Like evolution makes sense. And you see it every day. You see it every day.
Well, you haven't proved it. You're just telling us your opinion. We told you
Yeah, it's
ours.
true.
We told you
Well, grounded
ours.
science.
No, definitely. Because science means to know, and you haven't showed me anything that I know yet.
Science doesn't mean to know. Science means to show evidence.
The etymology of science means
I think we can debate what it
No,
what the
we
word
can't
science
debate
means.
etymology. You just look up etymology. There's no debate. It's etymology for a reason.
It's simplified.
It's a root word.
The idea of science, it's not like a word. It's a scientific word. Science is a concept. The concept of science is to observe and to create evidence.
To you. For me,
The world understands.
for me, science is truth. It's truth for me, because it means to know something. When something can be verified. Yes.
No, that's not what science
Yes.
is.
Laid hold on
That's a
this
ridiculous definition of
dragon.
science. Science is not the no one option. That's not science. Science is to is a process. It's a process of scientific evidence through like understanding something, through understanding something, to like making a theory, to making a guess, to making an observation, to observing that thing as true or not true, and then making a hypothesis. That's
Okay, let's just further get a scripture. Go ahead, Al.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15,
Some
verse
person-
39.
Some person said this shit.
It says all flesh is not the same flesh. It's a Bible, right?
Oh, the Bible must be good. Someone said it.
But then,
Wrote it down.
but didn't scientists prove what happened in the scriptures?
What are you saying?
Did they not prove? Did they not prove that what happened in Egypt when Moses parted the Red Sea? Did they not prove that? No, I'm asking you. No, I'm just using you. I'm using you as an example. No, hold on, brother. Did scientists not prove that the Bible is true? What about Babylon? What about Babylon? Ancient Babylon. It's written about in the scriptures. Where's in Iraq? Where's in Iraq? What about Noah and the flood? Was that proven? Was that proven by scientists? Hold on, brother. What about Sodom and Gomorrah when Lot's wife turned around? Did they prove that as well? The pillar of salt? Did they prove that? No, I'm asking you. No, I'm not telling you anything because you're not listening. That's okay. I'm just asking you off of you because I go with the scripture. But you can't prove to me anything that you're saying. I'm still waiting for you to show me the man that's evolving right now from a monkey. I don't see him. Because you're trying to tell me that I come from an ape. I'm telling you I don't. You might come from an ape. I don't. I don't. I'm good. Thanks. I appreciate that, but no. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah. So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 39. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of man, another flesh of beast.
All flesh is not the same flesh. There you go. Every flesh is different. You have a
Who
fish,
said that? Who was the person that said that?
right? So the people that believe in, the people that believe in mermaids,
So you're saying-
it's not true. Show them
So
one.
that's true.
Go ahead, Al. Go ahead, Al.
It says,
Go ahead,
another
Al.
flesh of beasts, another of fishes,
That's right.
and another of birds.
So even though there are similarities between us and apes, it doesn't mean that we come from them. There's no, we don't. They're an animal. We're a human. We're completely different. Go ahead.
There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial.
That's right.
But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another.
That's right. So there's different glories for
Wait,
different
hang on, who is
bodies.
this person? Is he a scientist?
Let him know who wrote that.
This Paul.
That's Paul.
Who's called?
That's a prophet Paul.
Prophet, who is he?
But it doesn't matter.
But
Just
that's
like
not-
just
right,
like
he said it.
just
You
like
think
you're
he's
some
right?
bloke.
No,
You're just
he
some
said it.
bloke as
No,
well.
I'm going to say you're wrong. It doesn't make me
And I don't care.
I'm going to ask you a question. Take the
Exactly.
Of course, you're the biggest bloke. You're the biggest bloke on the social media. You are the biggest loser. Because you took something that Fauci just shit in your face, bro. Fauci just shit in it.
I'm from England. Fauci was involved.
You are the biggest loser.
Fauci wasn't even like involved in it.
Exactly. Because
You are the
you're-
most unscientific person.
exactly. Exactly.
You took an experimental dose. You took an experimental dose, my friend. Alright?
You like the vaccine?
Of course he's not listening because you got a bunch of shit in his bloodstream.
Exactly.
You got a bunch of
What's the
nanoparticles.
Yeah, a lot of men.
You got Lucifer. You can have a good sleep. We're not talking to you people. We're not talking to you people. We're not talking to you. You can have a great day, my friend.
Jeremiah 30:1. Behold, now they that are younger than I have me in derision.
Yeah, and they that are younger than I are talking about these Caucasians. They feel like they're big in this society because they have rulership, but they don't understand that this society is going down. Especially the ones over there in England. The ones over there in England, they're definitely going down. They're definitely going down. That place has already been infiltrated. Man. Go ahead. And it's so funny because they're walking around with symbols that belong to you so-called black people. You black people that used to rule England. They're walking around with our symbols. They're not even real kings. They're not even real queens. They're peasants. They're the serfs. They're the Slavs.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
term
it was,
slave
yeah.
actually comes from these people. These people that used to walk
I agree
around
with
in
that.
caves
That's a
on
good
all
one.
fours.
Yeah.
That's where they come
Yeah,
from. They
that-
term
that's a good
themselves
point.
Caucasian.
Damn Bauer.
Go ahead.
Whose fathers, I would
You see the three lions on your crest,
Oh
right?
yeah, you like that?
Yeah,
that's
that's
good. That's a good
ours.
flag. Good
Go
flag.
ahead, huh?
England's a
whose
good country.
fathers, I would have the
They
same.
don't even know what the land represents.
You know the
But go
Industrial
ahead.
Revolution? The Industrial Revolution made this
I would have
shit. You wouldn't
disdain
even fucking be here.
to accept the dogs of my flock.
And then, exactly, and they still do that today. The scriptures is letting you know the type of people that they are. They commit bestiality. So that means Job was saying, I wouldn't even allow them around the dogs of my flock. They kiss dogs in their mouth. In Canada, they legalize oral sex with animals. In Canada, that's legal. That's legal in Canada. To commit oral sex with a dog is legal in Canada. And you know what? It goes right back to the Bible. That's how filthy and disgusting these people are who are ruling over us. How could you legalize oral sex with an animal? That's filthy. Go ahead, Ak.
Whose fathers might extended their hands promises, and whom old age would perish. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, in the former time desolate and waste.
That's right.
Who cut up mallows by the bushes.
And the wilderness that they fled into was South Georgia, Russia. Go ahead. We treated them like criminals, man. At that time, they had hair all over their bodies. We called them wild men. Go ahead, up.
Yeah, see now?
Go ahead, up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat.
That's right.
They were driven forth from among men.
That's right.
They cried after them and after the eat.
That's right.
To dwell in the cliffs of the valley.
To dwell in the cliffs of the valley, South Georgia, Russia. That's where they dwell. That's why they build the buildings in the way that they do today. These buildings reminds them of the caves that they used to dwell in. Go ahead.
In the caves of the earth.
In the caves of the earth. Yep.
The rocks.
That's right.
Among the bushes they prayed.
Yep.
Under the nettles they were gathered together.
And that lets you know that they didn't even have a language. These are the people that try to act like they're so proper. Oh, I'm from England. I'm from England. How could you be from England when you didn't even have a language? You guys didn't even, we had to teach you how to bathe. We taught these people how to bathe. We taught them how to bathe.
Oxford and all that.
Oxford is ours.
Cambridge.
Cambridge is ours. These low degenerates. These peasants.
Hey, thanks for the fun time. though.
These
We
peasants.
haven't had a guy like you in years.
And the reason why the Black Death happened was because they came out of the caves. Just like when they came here to Canada, and the indigenous and the aboriginals got sick when they encountered these Caucasians. That's the same thing that happened in Europe, man. After they came out of the caves, they came out of the caves with a whole bunch of diseases, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
They were, it says, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools.
Of course they're children of fools because they don't even understand that a man is not supposed to lay with a dog. So you're a children of a fool. What does the Bible say? The Bible tells you in Psalms 10, when you read Psalms 10:1, it says that they're fools. And they're fools because they put the word of the Most High behind their back. Esau's not a fool intellectually. He's a very intellectual person. He knows how to build. He knows how to put things together. He searches things out. But he's not a fool in that way. He's a fool because he doesn't follow these words, which is true knowledge. This is the true knowledge. That's why when you just mentioned Cambridge and you just mentioned Oxford, because those people, what do? They put the Bible as the top course in the world that a person could learn. That's the top knowledge in the world, the Bible. Go ahead.
Children of base men.
They were children of base men, which goes back to their forefathers, and we could see that today. We could see that today, that what their forefathers used to do, now I understand why you Edomites move the way that you do today. You still kill, rape, rob. You can't help it. It's in your blood. It's a part of who you are. You're a thief.
Hey, but that guy's a clown, man. Listen, the spirit told me to ask him because I already knew he took that shit. So since he's talking about science, I wanted to check him on that. Yo, you people are delusional, man.
That's right.
Like this guy's like, who's Fauci? I'm an Indian. Yo, people are fucked up, man.
You can't talk to people like that.
People, yeah, that's how people can't talk.
I was just laughing. He said, yo.
And how are you going to talk to a person that evolved from an ape? If you believe that you evolved from an ape, why would you have a conversation with a fully developed human?
He blasphemed the Holy Spirit. He blasphemed the scriptures. He said it's called Logan. He said, what are you reading? Who wrote that
There
shit?
you go.
So you just mark, yeah, man. You already marked.
You already
an extra
marked.
mark. An extra mark. Extra. You already read it. And now, I'm like, their son, yeah, I am their byword. They have poured me, far from me, and spared me to spin my face. Because he has noticed my court and afflict me.
And that just goes into rulership. You people can't be surprised that the Caucasian is treating you the way that he's treating you. He's treating you like that because he has the power. I got the power. That's what it's all about, man. When you got the power, you treat people however the fuck you want to treat them. And they ain't going to do a damn thing about it. They're still going to lick up the dust of your foot. They're still going to lick up the dust of your foot. Look at all these people. The brother mentioned that guy, the Fauci guy, and guess what? With all the information that's out, people are still going to kiss his ass. People still, what's that word? Lift him up, exalt him. He's still exalted. How could you exalt somebody that's a criminal?
The CDC, they made a rule for all of them, right? They made a new rule.
That's right. And they said this time they got to move faster, and this time they're giving the power to the you know who. Exactly. That's right. You know who. That's right.
Revelation 20:1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having seated upon his feet, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, the Lord of the serpent, which is the devil, Satan.
And that's historical. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, the people that you see on the sign, mainly the southern tribe, they used to rule all of Europe. Our people used to even rule China. We used to rule Japan, right?
And he laid hold on the dragon, the old serpent, which is the devil, and Satan.
Yeah, so the old serpent, which goes all the way back to the garden, right? That devil, which means deceiver, and Satan, which is an adversary. He's a complete adversary to the earth. The whole entire earth, he's an adversary to. He's not just an adversary to us as a people. He's an adversary to life itself. This is a man that cuts down real trees to grow fake trees. Not to grow, but just to implant fake trees. This is a man that burns real grass and lays down fake grass or fake turf. This is a man that kills corn and gives you fake corn. That's the man that you're dealing with. You're dealing with a man that's giving you fake watermelons. So you have to know the type of man that you're dealing with, man. You're dealing with a man of death. You're dealing with a sick individual, man. Because never in the history of mankind has any other kingdom done this, man. And all the other kingdoms have been wicked as well. Go ahead.
And cast him down, cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should be
The bottomless pit, Europe, right? So that's going into the Dark Ages, right? Where Esau became base, low, right? Go ahead.
And after he must lose a little season.
Right, that little season, we're in that little season, right? Where he's out here filling the world with his lies, his pseudoscience, right? His pharmakia, his sorcery. Go ahead.
And he has a plan with the whole 2030 agenda to try to eliminate as much people. The man's a madman.
Exactly.
Wisdom Psalm 15:1. Behold, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord.
Right, so the men of the Lord on the highways and byways speaking this word of prophecy, which is the word of Yahweh Shem Shai. This is Ezra speaking. The Lord speaking to Ezra, telling him to speak the words of Yahweh Shem Shai. Go ahead.
Cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Right, none of these words are void. They're all true. Go ahead.
Fear not their imagination against thee.
Right, fear not the imagination against thee. So when these fools come up, the when truth is our people come up, when blokes come up, we're not supposed to be bothered by it, but by what they got to say, man.
Let not the infidelity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Right, their incredulity being their unbelief. Right, none of them believe in Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Right, they believe in pseudoscience.
You see that guy, he's just scoffing and laughing. And what if you're not spiritual? And you guys watch this as entertainment, right? For lo, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Right, so they're going to die in their unbelief. They're going to die in their no faith. Right, they're going to die being moles. They're going to die being Skittles kids.
That's right.
Right, go ahead.
Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Right, the Lord brings the plagues upon the world. Right, sword, famine, death, and destruction. This is how the Lord gets down, man. Right, these storms that just passed through the West Indies, the Lord brought
Go
those.
ahead.
You know, these food shortages that we're starting to read about, it's a big problem, but they're sweeping it under the rug, and they have everyone believing in bread and circus and occupied with what the Kardashians are doing. Right, the Lord brings the famines. Right?
The wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Right, and that's why the Lord brings these calamities, because of the wickedness that is going on in this earth, man. You know what I mean? You can worship any God you want. There's one power, right? You can be whatever identity you identify with. That's off. Male and female may be them. Right?
And their hurtful words are fulfilled. Therefore, said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more and touch their wickedness.
Right? The Lord's about to let loose. You know? You read the scripture where they're holding back the four winds, which is the destruction. Right? The Lord's about to let loose with Jacob's trouble, man. Right?
Which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Right? The souls of the just complain continually. Right? In the spirit world, you have men of the Lord that died in the truth. They're in the spirit world right now asking the Lord to avenge his place. When are you going to do it, power? Right? And then you have men of the Lord on the earth in this carnation here, and they're complaining. Right?
And therefore, said the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood among them.
Right? It's written that the Lord's going to avenge his elect. Right? The Lord's going to destroy 2/3 of our people. They have to be born in the kingdom. Right? The Lord's going to destroy all these heathens, man. Right? And preserve their nobles to go into slavery.
That's right.
Right?
And they're living very fat,
Yeah.
luxurious. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them to fall in the land of Egypt.
Right, and that's the elect, man. The Lord's going to preserve his elect. You know, Lord willing, we're of that number, man. Because you're going to need spiritual intervention in the times that are coming. You're going to need a hedge of protection in the times that are coming. The angels are going to have to step in and protect you, right? No amount of weapons, no amount of bunkers, none of that food, none of that can do it for you, man. You can training, right? I can do Brazilian jiu-jitsu. That's not going to save you, man. Grappling.
It says the mighty men shall be like women.
Right.
Won't matter.
But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with the plagues as before.
Bring them with a mighty hand and stretch out arm. The mighty hand and stretch out arm is Yahweh Shai. That's how the elect are going to get brought up in their chariots, man. Right? And the plague and the destruction that's coming, the Lord's going to send his son to do it. Right? Along with the holy angels. Right?
Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues.
Right, and we see America the Great, Babylon the Great mourning right now, man.
That's what?
They're mourning.
That ain't Jesus, bro. Learn that quick. Learn that quick in your brain. You'll be destroyed. Young Israelite.
Egypt shall
He
mourn,
was raised by his mom.
and the foundation of it shall be smitten
Right, he
with
was
the plague thereof.
He was astonished. He was offended.
Yeah.
At the Cesare Borgia on the floor.
That's right.
Right? You know, he was offended, man. This is a Renaissance image. Right?
Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague thereof, and the punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, For their seed shall fail through the blasting.
They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting. You farmers, you agricultural workers, you got acres of land with corn on it. It's dead out, right? You got this Billy Snakes buying up all the farmland and hoarding it for what? To control the food supply, man. Right? Famine. The Lord operates with famine, right? 2/3 of our people ain't gonna know what to do. 2/3 of our people have indulged in excess. They're not gonna know what to do in that day, man.
They're done.
You know?
Where are they going to run to?
Big Shirley, she gonna go with her.
They're going to be shooting people.
Where are they going to run to?
People like that.
Yeah.
Where they're going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
People see them.
Right. That woman's like a 300-pound linebacker.
What? 4 bills.
Eve.
That's four. Yeah, that's
4.
They
That's
that-
4.
They,
Easy.
Oh, yeah, that's four.
they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting. That's a curse. That's a curse.
That's, yeah, fine.
That's borderline overdose.
Yeah.
She's pretty much inches away from getting a card.
The moped? Yeah, yes.
She's like 400.
Yeah.
Not the wheelchair.
I don't think I'm gonna like.
Scooter, yeah.
She breathes heavy. Walking up 3 stairs.
Imagine your heart, how much blood have to pump.
Yeah.
Your heart have to work twice.
And then
To
what
the
she
size.
just did, what she did was righteous. She walked, but then she fucked it all up by what she just bought. She went to go buy fast food. So the
Yeah.
walk is good. She walked from here, came all the way back. That's
Yeah.
good. You need that. But then she went to go mess up that whole walk by buying fast food. Yeah, clutching it like a purse.
Woe to the world and them that dwell there. For their sword and the destruction that draw nigh.
Right? These things are nigh. The sword and destruction, man. Look what's going on in Babylon the Great right now. The left versus the right, the blue versus the red.
It's a big joke.
Big joke, man. All the world is a stage.
Now here in Canada, the same thing. A lot of people are turning on Trudeau.
Yeah.
It's just a game, man.
Mhm.
It's just a big game. And they're steering.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Al.
The majority of people are sheep. They need a shepherd.
That's exactly what I was just. You just took the words right out of my mouth.
For their sword and their
And you
destruction.
know what? On the left-hand side and the right-hand side, it's both ways. You got simple brothers, which is nothing wrong with it.
No.
You got leaders. You can be simple in your righteousness.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Right, but on the left-hand side, you know, that's going to injure you, man. Because you're being led to destruction. And you led to righteousness.
That's right. That's why we used to promote the brainwashing. My brothers didn't like that term until we explained brainwashing is actually good. Our brain needs a good scrubbing, man.
For their sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another.
One people shall stand up and fight against another. Civil unrest, man. You know, them good old boys. Listen, if they orchestrate the way they want to, we can see. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We can see that these ruling class elites want to orchestrate division, right? They may use Kamala and put her in office. Them good old boys ain't going to stand for that. That's going to turn that place upside down, right? Them real rednecks, they're not going to like that, right?
Just like that. Yep. Just like that show I was telling the brothers about. They had Civil War in that show. Friggin' Fargo. It's a great show. Yeah, the last season. It's amazing. That guy represented Trump, man. Yeah, and he went to war against the establishment, the police, the government. And he was biblical. Everything that he did was biblical. Yeah, it's serious, man.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
Right? Sedition among men, right? That's rebellion, right? They're not gonna tolerate what they see going on television. This debate that just went down, orchestrated, of course, you know, but it has people roused up in a frenzy.
Hey, that's why you have news stations now like Redacted, right?
And invading one another. They shall not regard their king nor princes.
Right? They shall not regard their kings or princes, man. They're not going to hear what your local MP's got to say, your governor. They're not going to care what your deputy prime minister has to say.
Nope.
Your district attorney.
Nope.
The chief of police.
Nope.
They're not going to care.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Right? The course of their actions will stand in their power. They're going to do what they want. The law of violence is going to govern the land. Right? They're going to set up roadblocks with oil barrels on it. What kind of American are you? What business you got here?
Right?
You know, how many women you got? Take your woman, run your pockets, and then behead you. Right?
I think people are losing it already. People are really losing. What does that say?
They lose it.
Right? So Esau's going to come and stay indoors, curfew. They're going to fight certain armies and take the armories, vehicles. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Right? Checkpoints, man. You know, you're going to have military SIMRAPs, they call them, on major street blocks. MRAPs, yeah. Come on. Right? And they're going to be like, what business you got? Get back in your shelter in place. Look at a couple years ago with the rehearsal, man. Everyone fighting over toilet paper.
That was bullshit.
That was toilet paper. Right? They're going to bug out worse over food,
Oh my gosh.
you know,
Water?
no liquor, which is happening right now. They're showing signs of greed. They're okay, we're gonna walk back a little bit because this is a lot of money to us. But a lot of these people are dependent on booze.
And for because of their pride, your city shall be troubled, your houses shall be destroyed, and your men shall be afraid.
Right? Our houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid, man. There's gonna be a lot of violence going on, home invasions. You know? How much shit you got, man? How much water you got? I heard he's got a generator. They're gonna come and take it. And you might have a machine or whatever to defend yourself. But they'll have some too. They're gonna surround your house. Some guys will come in the back. A guy will climb in the roof. You know, they might throw a smoke bomb. Some of these militias in Babylon, the Great America, they're tactical. They got things.
Yeah.
Good training and rules. Some working with the training. A lot of you talking about the ones that were set up by the Islam government. Regular Edomites, they go camp. They'll have weekend getaways and go train for it.
And they go hard. Yeah, man. They go hard.
A man shall
Yeah, God.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses.
A man shall have no pity. One of my favorite scenes from those Purges scenes was when the Hispanic guy, the neighbor. It's like, it's my time now. It's Jose's time.
Jose's time. I've been waiting a whole year for this.
Right?
And then that scene is not a true scene because in reality, they both would have got done.
That was a good movie. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
Right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. He's not going to care if he knew you. He's not going to care if he's a high school alumni, college alumni, co-worker. You drank water at the water fountain in the office. Hey Bob, hey Billy. You're not going to care, man. He's going to be concerned with getting his. I need food. I need resources. Right? I need women. Some of these guys, some of these men over here, they're on psycho antidepressants and all kind of psychotic drugs, which is suppressing. Right? They don't have it. Right? Which is suppressing their animalistic nature, man.
Yeah, they have that blocker for the guys that are rapists, that kills their nature. They have to go get that needle. They won't be able to get that no more, so they're going to be sexual predators again.
Spoil their goods because of the lack of bread.
Right, there's a scene in Black Summer where two women are in a car and they're
Black
driving.
Mirror?
No, the one with the zombie at Black Summer. Black Summer, yeah.
Oh, I never heard of it.
And two women are in a car driving through the city, back in the city, empty city. And all they see is a bunch of men in orange correctional facility jumpsuits. There's just two women. They saw these men, they were petrified. And the men saw them and they started chasing them because they're like, they're like, yo, we need to get off. I was like, what the fuck? I was so scared. I was getting ready.
Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That's pretty much it.
Lack of bread and great tribulation. People don't want resources, man. And they may be bugging out because of the hardships, the time of Jacob's trouble, right?
Let me get this. It says same scripture in the GNT, 2 Ezra 15 and 16. For there was a great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control, while ignoring the legitimate government. There will no longer be free access to the cities because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live.
That doesn't need any breaking down, man. That's what's going to happen in America. November is the election. That's what, 4 or 5 months away? That's quick.
Yeah, so
Hey, that
summer's about to
happened.
pass.
That happened during that whole staged event where people, different city mayors said we don't want Torontonians in our city. Right? Even Mayor Brampton said, yo, we don't want from Toronto in our city, man, because they wanted to keep that line.
Yes.
Right? Well, we don't want the spread of something. So they said, yo, don't come to our city. So that's going to happen. But next time, it's going to actually be checkpoints, man. Come to the city, you got to show, I'm here, I'm from here.
A good example to see is Somalia, what took place there when they went to anarchy, and then everything became disrupted, political wise. Then the warlords took over. They started taking over the city and taking over resources, and then even started sending pirates. Right, so that was terrible. They're still feeling the effects of that to this very day. You still have warlords over there in Somalia. So what's going to take place over here is going to be no government. It's going to be anarchy.
Well, that's Haiti.
Yeah.
That's Haiti right now.
Haiti's a good example. too.
Yeah.
Venezuela,
Venezuela's great. Yep.
prosperity, right? Verse 19, driven by
Kenya.
famine.
There's one going on in Kenya. Yeah.
Driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possession. Right? So that's that big factor, the driving factor is the spirit of famine. Right? Well, it's been 4 days, man. I'm really hungry now. You know? That's gonna drive you, bro. Which is actually good for you. You got energy. Your body actually, you know? But you're gonna start
And every one of the movies, TV shows you watch didn't depict it well. It gets worse. It's worse. This is Psalm 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Deliver thy soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. This is prayer of King David, man. And who is the sword of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah on the left-hand side? The Edomites, right? They're military. They're military technology. They're in the sticks bush Edomites that are homestead prep, right?
It says, from men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasures.
Right, who have their portion in this life. These Edomites, they're proud, they got everything. The fatness of the earth.
And see who says feeds them? It says the Lord is feeding them. And whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasures. They are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes.
See, right, generational wealth, right? That's how you know who the scriptures are talking about, man. But the Israelites don't have generational wealth, man.
Yeah, Esau got his last name. Oh, I'm such and such. You know who you are, son, you're such and such. You know, they'll instill that in them, that pride, that heritage, which they stole, but, you know,
Their family
they have the
tree.
proof of, yeah, they got riches and whatever substance. And that fills you with pride, man.
That's the point.
Job 5, verse 22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. For thou shalt be in thee with the stones of the field.
Right, the elect men of the Lord in the times of Jacob's trouble. Right, they're going to see destruction and famine happening around them. Right, where the Lord's going to put a spirit on them where they're not going to be troubled by what they see, man. You know, that's going to be, we can't fathom that, man. For what the scriptures say, a time like no other. Right, so the Lord's going to have to download a spirit on us where we're seeing horrific things, and it says you're at destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. Right?
And the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee.
Right, some of us are going to be in the bush. We might run across a grizzly bear or whatever. Right? The bear's not going to attack. You know? Go ahead.
And thou shalt know that that tabernacle shall be in peace. There's not might, especially a wood, though. So it's the wood. You have goats, bears, and other animal creatures.
Good one. 2 Ezra 16:1, and it reads, Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourself with cloths of sack, and here bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
Right? Bewail your children and be sorry, for destruction is at hand. Right? The Lord is telling you, America the Great, Babylon the Great. It's going to be great wailing. It's going to be great sorrow. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 2, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?
Right? What's coming is not, there's no turn back. Ultimately leading to the missiles. They're not going to be turned back. Right?
Which is what Trump, Redacted, and all those people are trying to do. You people who are trying to make America great again, it will never happen. You're trying to turn back that sword. It's too late. You people already messed up. From those people, from those serpents came into your land and established their system, their global international banking system. You're done. They don't play, man. Those are straight murderers, man. Once they get a hold in your society is done. They're termites, man. Ask Germany about them. I won't say who.
Central bank, right?
That's right. That's right.
Verse 5, plagues are sent unto you, and where is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood?
Hey, because you know why? All you people, liberal and everybody, the conservatives, you guess what? Even if you don't want to claim that you don't want the transformer people, you don't want the pedophiles, guess what? You already jumped on other bandwagons. You already hopped on so many other bandwagons, and you fell for the okie doke. And now that these people won't stop pushing their agenda, you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I never knew you guys were going to go this far. I thought we were just going to keep our foot on these niggas' necks. I never knew you were going to come and mess us over. I thought we were always going to be on top. You guys don't know who you're playing with, man. You're playing with some cutthroat people, man. That's why you're talking about make America great again. But you people will never be great again, man. Because the elites want super elites. And they want everybody else on the bottom. That's how it works for them, man. They don't care about you people.
That's right. Read, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it hath begun to burn. Verse 7, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a short archer. The mighty Lord Yahweh sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away?
Right, the mighty Lord Yahweh sendeth the plagues. Right? Talking about the missiles, man. Can anyone stop an archer? Right? It's not talking about ancient arrows, man. This is talking about arrows from one end of heaven to the other. Right? They're not going to be turned back. Right? No amount of missile defense is going to stop.
That's right.
Right?
A fire should go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He should cause lightning, and who shall not fear? He should thunder, and who shall not be afraid?
Right? A fire shall go forth of his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? This fire that's coming, this lake of fire can't be quenched, man. Scripture says it should burn for a long time. Right?
They can't even put on a wildfire. How the hell are you going to put on a nuclear fire? You can't even put on a wildfire. The only thing that you guys have is those damn planes and those damn things to a wildfire seems like a drop of a bucket, man. So what are you going to do with a nuclear flame?
Right. Don't sit on that.
This is Revelation 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having a great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Right, we're reading prophecy, man. Babylon the Great is falling. Right, there's nowhere in the scripture says it's going to fall, it's going to come back again, and the Edomites going to come out of the bunkers and continue to rule. Right, there's no turning, the end is written. Right, thermonuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles. Right?
It reads, verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Right, all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, man. America the Great has drunk of the whole world with his philosophy. His Skittles flag philosophy. His do as thou wilt philosophy.
That's right.
You can eat what you want philosophy. You can worship who you want philosophy. The whole world's in bed with the beast, the whore. Right?
It reads, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Right. The leaders of the world have sold out their nations. Right? They've laid down in bed with the whore, America the Great, Babylon the Great. Right?
And it reads, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Right, the merchants of the earth are waxed rich. Right? And how are they waxed rich? Through their traffic, their business, their drop shipping, their Amazon Prime, right? Their Temu, their Alibaba, right?
It reads, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right, the beaming up of the elect, man. Come out of her, my people. Right, because this place is going to be destroyed. Right?
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. That was it.
So this is
Goodness.
this is going into Psalm 53.
That's the girl. Weird. Behind her herd of water
So
buffalo.
just piggybacking off of
You don't remember that guy? What's that movie called? Shallow Hal.
foolishness. So this is Psalm 53, and it says, folly and wickedness of men. It says, to the chief musician upon Malahala, Nashil, a psalm of David, the fool has said in his heart, there is no power. Corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity.
Right, the fool has said in his heart, there is no power, man. Right? These heathen nations out here, these Edomites, they believe in science, man. They believe in evolution, the Big Bang theory.
That guy
They do.
that was here today.
Yeah.
English.
Who, the monkey? Since they call us monkeys, but they're the ones that claim to come from them. Yeah, retards.
So the fool has said in his heart, there is no power. Corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity. There is none that do good. Verse 2, the Most High looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand, that did seek the Most High.
When you see an Edomite out here touching the Bible, talking about Jehovah's Saints, adopt your brother, gives you a business card, come to my church. Right? It's scripture. We just read it. There's none that doeth good, man.
Drunk on his own fornication.
That's right.
To see if there were any that did understand, that did seek the Most High, every one of them is gone back. They are altogether become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one.
Not one, man. Scripture doesn't lie.
Nobody knows that. Have the workers of iniquity no knowledge? Who eat up my people as they eat bread? They have not called upon the Most High. There were they in great fear, where no fear was. For the Most High has scattered the bones of him that encampeth against thee. Thou hast put them to shame, because the Most High hath despised them.
Yeah, Jake's like bread, man. They use you as the best vessels on the planet for their own purposes, right? They know you're the top shit, but they'll introduce, okay, let's introduce gangster rap. Let's introduce drugs. Let's introduce this whole culture that we can profit off of, right? That's why you're just gonna be in the field, man. You're gonna be in the mines. You're gonna be in all kinds of uncomfortable situations. You know, like in that movie back in the day, Holes. That little girl in the beginning, she's digging in the desert. She's like, I'm tired, Grandpa. And he's like, let's do that, man. Keep digging.
I was like that.
And then the movie, the dude's name was Caveman. His nickname was Caveman. Shia LaBeouf's character, they call him Caveman. You know? That's gonna be you, Nick. I'm tired.
I don't care. Keep on
digging.
digging.
Yo, they're gonna get rest on Sabbath.
You're gonna have taskmasters
Oh
yelling over
my
you.
gosh.
And then if we really hear your ass, if you're making a noise,
Yo, a commotion?
it disrupts my sleep.
My sleep?
Hey, we're gonna say that's what does Esau say when he said when he tried to causing disturbance?
Yes.
Call it
disturbing peace. What is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serve with peace.
Crazy.
You can have some Ishmaelite
Noise
pastors.
violation. This and that, but to back up the brother, if there was any good Edomites, their names would be John Smith, Charles Parham, Joseph Smith, Charles T. Russell, and William Miller. But these guys ain't good. These are all 33-degree Masons. And they're the guys, the one guy is Baptist Church, Pentecostal religion, one is Mormon, one is Jehovah's Witness, and one is Seventh-day Adventist.
Yeah.
And none of them are good. They're all bad. Yeah.
Jacob, you said eat Jacob like bread, man.
Yeah,
I was
that's
listening to a lesson this morning by one of the elder brothers, and he quoted how much $1 billion these major sports leagues make, and he said Major League Baseball is like $44 billion,
Jeez.
and NBA is like $12 billion, right? And then 80% of the league is Jake's.
Yes.
And that's just those are industries, right? There's many more industries, much more profitable. Those are things that are legal. What about the black market?
The black market.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What
right.
about the prison system?
That's right.
Yeah.
Organ harvesting. Yeah. They want Jake's liver. They want Jake's eyes. Is that what we get out?
Get out.
You know, that's yeah. I got another one. This is Psalm 58. Look at yours. This is Psalm 58. It says prayer for the punishment of the wicked. It says the chief musician Al-Tasha Michtam.
So it's a prayer for the punishment. So this is a prayer for the punishment of wicked. So that shows we can pray for destruction, for cursing, right? Wicked people. Good people deserve it.
Do you indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do you judge it rightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
There's no truth in this Edomite, man.
Right.
This pseudoscience, which is over the whole world, right? What is life, man? Darwinism. What's the next one?
Big Bang.
The one when he came up with the different grades of people.
Oh yeah,
Blumenbach?
Blumenbach, yeah.
This classification of races.
That's right.
They also classify the plants and animals. Like, they try to divide everything. Put them up. It's all
It's all
Latin.
Latin.
Bach.
Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Yea, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of the serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth the ear, which will will not hearken to the voice of
Yeah,
charmers.
like that idiot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that just sifted out his spirit. At first he's like, what's this about? Oh, this is great. Oh, this is cool. Oh, like I eat him okie dokie.
Like a
You know,
serpent.
like you eat him okie dokie.
Yeah.
Nerd eat him.
Yeah.
But then that shows you, bloke.
Yeah.
Dennis the Menace came out.
Yeah, Dennis the Menace was right there.
And he's not English, man. He's not pertaining to
There you go.
Yeah. Not British.
Verse 6, it says, break their teeth, O power in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O power.
Break their teeth, their military might. Right? The Lord's going to send his son Yahushua to destroy all these nations, beginning with you Edomites. Destroy their military, man. Their generals, their corporals, their tanks, their ICBMs. Right? The Lord's going to use it to destroy America. But when the ICBMs, when that's done, the Lord's going to destroy all their military.
I got a quick precept to back that. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 7. It says, after this I saw in the night visions, and behold a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth.
Yeah, the Roman Empire, man. Great iron teeth. Right? The Roman Empire took over the whole known world at the time. Right?
It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns.
Right? It was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, man. They were the first great power structure to deviate from king rulership or monarchy. They had Caesars and a Senate house, right? And a voting system. Right?
I would say because it referred to iron teeth, right? Because they utilized the metal iron. Right? They put it to good use for war. And that's America today, right? They make weapons of mass destruction. That's iron teeth. You know, back then in the ancient world, they were using catapults and things like that. They came out with different inventions that were like out of this world.
Yep.
And that applies today with the scientists.
I'm going to read this quick. This is Roman soldiers had armor made of strips of strong iron. It says the iron made the armor strong and the strips made it flexible. They also had iron helmets which protected their heads and neck, but still let them have good vision for fighting. All of this iron armor was heavy, so they needed to be strong and in good shape. And those big ass legion
Heavy.
shields, they had those big shields. And they moved in a formation, so they were different arms. They were more devastating. They were more
Yeah, go.
forced.
That was it.
This is Psalms 53, verse 4. Have the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread? They have not called upon Yahweh. That was the point.
Yeah, eat up my people as they eat bread, man. You know, Jake's been trodden and victimized and oppressed by the wicked. Right? And they don't believe in no power, no God. Right? They believe in their own self. They believe in witchcraft and sorcery. You know?
Jeremiah, or Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days, in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations. I will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shabbat, Jehoshaphat. I will bring them here for my people.
Right, the valley of Yahweh Shabbat, the Lord's judgment, right down there in the Middle East. Right, the Lord's going to gather all armies and bring them down. All armies are going to be mobilized. The Russian armies are going to be mobilized. Kim Jong-un's going to send his troops. Iran will send troops. Right? And it says, shall plead with them there. That word plead meaning judge. They're all going there to get judged. The judgment is going to be death by fire. Okay?
And I will plead with them here for my people and for my heritage, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land.
Right, scattered among the nations, which is the Israelites, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and parted my land, the land of Israel, been parted. Right? We know, according to Scripture, that a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Right? Go ahead.
And they have cast out my people, and have given them voice for an harlot.
Right? Them slave auctions, right? Selling jakes, Hey, we got a fine Negro boy here. It's the highest bid. It's the highest bid. It's the highest bid. 500, 500, 500. Sold to the woman in the white.
Yep.
Right? Look at his teeth. He's got all his teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I said, this we're reading prophecy here, man. And who that happened to? Yeah.
Turn it around. They had like they had humans.
Yeah.
Jake, you did the lesson on that about it.
Yeah, come. His daddy fathered 500 heifers.
No pictures, please. No pictures.
His daddy's 6'6", right? So he's gonna grow into a fine working slave,
That's right.
right?
Just like LeBron James.
Right.
Right? LeBron James. Everybody's mad at his son. His son needs something there because he's a good son. That's how they look at it. Right? Just like Dwayne Wade. They just have different offices for their different sons. They need one son to push forward the agenda and one son to push forward their business. It's all business. Like, yo, your son's gonna grow up to be in the NBA. You know that, right? He knows what to do because you're gonna raise him under the Luciferian ideology. We don't have to guess with him. He's gonna know exactly what to do. He's gonna know we're gonna pop him because you're gonna pop him and let him know what it is.
It's like Will Smith's son too.
Exactly.
Like who's that guy? The racist owner of that team, the basketball.
That was LA Clippers.
Yes.
The Clippers got
Amalek.
Someone put up a video. The thing about how the Jason played all white party.
Yes.
They had to do all kinds of
Yeah.
That was in his spirit, you know?
Yeah, that's the same.
to demean you. To
Yeah.
Jake Stenson.
to dehumanize you.
Yeah.
Because you thought that because he pays you $100 million a year that you're making something. That's peanuts to him.
I was watching on a couple days ago. I didn't post it in the chat. I should have. LeBron James was shooting in his driveway with his two sons. They're shooting basketball, right? Bryce and Brony. And when they were finished shooting, the camera panned to LeBron's foyer to his house, and the whole entrance floor was checkered, black and white checkers.
There you go.
Right? Right there, I was like, look at this.
There you go.
You know, there you go.
Yeah.
Just to expound on what the elder brother was saying.
They have cast lots of my people and have given them oil for barley and sold the oil for wine that they might drink. Yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I recompense upon your own.
And that's what we all find out. We all found out it is true that these people have nothing to do with the Most High God, the Most High Yahweh. Nothing. That's what we found out. You people are all full of shit. Every single one of you. Ain't none of one of you godly. None of you. Every one of you are being exposed, man.
Because you have taken my silver and my gold and carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that you might remove them far from the border.
Right, and they possess all, Esau even possesses all the relics. You know, they're down there buried in the Vatican. They leave up some monuments, the Ark of Titus, to depict what it is they did. Right, they have all the riches, man. You look at the crown jewels of the so-called queen.
Yeah, even like the different estates of like the Rothschilds, they have shit in their estates and their mansions. They have great artifacts, you know, precious things that other people can't attain. You know, they get special permission. Okay, yeah, you can have this. Lord Rothschild, you can have this. You know, and that man doesn't know the word no, right? When he wants something, he gets it.
Yep. These are the jewels from King David's crown.
Hey, don't
Right?
you remember that guy, the guy who owns Virgin Mobile?
Or they they're from Australia?
Brunson?
Yeah.
He owns his own island,
Yeah.
and he only likes certain things. They have to fly it in.
Yeah.
Everything he likes has to be flown in.
Yeah.
So just like you're saying, and he's lower level. That's low level compared to, like you just said, the Rothschilds. But everything, he has his own island, and everything has to be flown in
Yep.
for him, fresh. And they're like, yes, he likes it this way, he likes it that way.
And it says, it says here, eyes stand on fat.
Yeah, that's right.
Therefore, the
Heart could desire.
That's what you're praying to.
Yes, yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Got pull up something that she's going into Psalm 64.
Someone who Surah 10.
It says, this is a Psalm 60. Well, you want Surah 10 instead?
No, run that.
No, get that. I'll get which one? Oh, you're getting it, Connor?
Okay, so this is Psalm chapter 64, verse 1. In verse 2, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows. Even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Right, secret at the perfect. These elites, they devise all kinds of snares and traps, right? For the Israelites, the perfect, the elect on this side, but the Israelites as a whole, man, all kinds of traps and snares, man. And we see them formulating this whole smear campaign of censorship, right? Which will lead into the famine of words, man.
Suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily.
Right, they commune of laying snares privily, man. They hold their clandestine meetings, their think tanks. How can we destroy Jake?
Bilderberg Commission. Remember Alex Jones was going around trying to get the Bilderberg footage?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they kicked him. Get out of here. Okay, you go there.
With a shaky camera.
Yeah. And they have different ones. Some that are not so mainstream they hear about. But Bilderbergs were secret for a time too. You know, it's only because of what do they call those people that tell so-called tell the truth?
Truthers?
Yeah, truthers or whistleblowers.
Whistleblowers, yes.
And that was from the Lord anyway. Secret counsel of the Lord. I said, I told you that.
Yes, I like that. So, tribes, I'm from the tribe. Hello, which one are you? Hello. Hello.
Well, you want to address it? Or?
No, I just say hi. So which one? Oh, this is the devil. Oh, come on. Have a nice day.
All right, have a good day, devil.
And it says, Psalm 64. It says here, Psalm 64, verse 5, it says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
Right, who shall see them, man? You know, they cover themselves in the shroud of darkness. You know, there's a scripture. But yeah, they cover themselves in the shroud of darkness.
Yeah, like that movie with
The one, I think it's Isaiah, around the 26, 27, maybe 29, where
yeah, like
the one
that
where they
movie.
say the one where they who shall see me, right? It goes well with this one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's what
Yeah, but it goes well with that movie with Tom Cruise, Eyes Wide Shut. Very heavy. And you could just feel the spirit. They don't show us everything, but the spirit of it was in it. Because to get to the house was on some long, dark road with no neighbors. And everybody had a mask on.
Yeah.
And these are all well-to-do people.
Right? Who see it with their masks.
Yes.
Talking from behind their masks. Yeah, that movie was heavy, man. A lot of symbolism in it too.
That's right.
Right? Right?
It says here, verse 6, they search out the iniquities, they accomplish, search both the inward
They
thoughts.
search out iniquities, man. Their eugenics. Right? That's wicked, man. Right? That's one of their wicked acts against the tribes, man. You know, and Esau doesn't care. There's a thing called collateral damage. He doesn't care how many of his peasants die along with trying to get Jake. It's all about a birthright. Right? And if they could swing a sword and kill all of Jake, they would. But the scriptures say it won't happen. But they're still going to try.
Tuskegee.
Yeah.
They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
Right, make your own tongue to fall upon themselves, man. You see these truthers and these whistleblowers, right? Redacted, they're juiced in, obviously. You know, Alex Jones, he's juiced in, but they're still, the Lord still put the Spirit on them and expose, make Esau bare, right?
If you have this guy Simon and Snowden, they actually show documents and videos. There was a lot of close cases. During that time, but it was a time.
You know? Yeah. And all those people that are doing the revealing, they're just mad.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. All the people that are doing the revealing, they're just mad that the new world has nothing to do with them. That's why they're mad. They're not mad for anything else. They're getting left right behind. They're reading everything. They're seeing all the plans, and they can see that the plans have nothing to do with them. So they're pissed off, man.
It says, all that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider what he's doing. The righteous shall be glad in Yahweh Shai, and shall trust in him, and all the upright in the heart shall glory.
Right, the elect. That's it. That's only the elect that's talking about. The upright in heart shall glory. Right? So the elect are going to be in the spirit of trusting fully in Yahweh Shai.
Right, because remember, the crack epidemic was fine until it started hitting Edomite neighborhoods. When it hit Edomite neighborhoods, that's when it became a problem. That's when it became war on drugs now. Right? So that's how Esau operates, man. Esau only cares about himself. Don't think he's doing good for you. He's just doing good for himself.
This is
Hold on, Gabar.
No worries.
I found it. I just want to bring it out. Isaiah 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us? And who knoweth us? Right? Right.
Okay, so this is Sirach chapter 10, verse 1.
Yeah, that's why we call it the occult. Or we call it the esoteric. Right? But occult is the better word because it's hidden. Or we call it the mystery school system. They study a mystery school system. They keep it a mystery, man. Because every time they expose themselves, people would rebel. And then they would go in underground for hiding, man. That's what the, what do you call them? The guy Demolay and the Catholic Church, what was those guys' name? Not the Jesuits, before the Jesuits. The Jesuits got their teachings from them. No. Remember they used to collect all the taxes for the Catholic Church back in the day? They were Jakes. Who's it? Around that time, Knights Templar. Those guys, exactly. Knights Templar. That's right.
Which they worship Baphomet.
That's correct. That's right. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is Sirach chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers.
Right, as a judge of the people, so are his officers. Right? So if you have a Skittles kid behind closed doors, popping with little boys and getting popped by other governors and senates, so that's the way his people are also. Right?
It says, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is. Such are all they that dwell therein.
Right, that's why America the Great, Babylon the Great is such a degenerate place, man. Their leadership are degenerates. So their citizens are degenerates as well, man. You know? Right?
And likewise King destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them, which are in the authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Right, scriptures say when the righteous are in authority, when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Right? So we know that the wicked are in authority right now, man. That's why this place is upside down.
And one of those would be kids on a milk box. Right? And people on a milk box. Right? And people never used to understand. Because we all used to question, why is it so much? Because after the 60s, going into the 70s, it was just a boom. It was a boom on serial killers and a boom on missing children. And it used to happen around specific times. And it used to be like, why is this happening, man? couldn't figure it out until we found out it's you fucking elites, man. It's you friggin' elites, man. You elites and the dark web, man.
Like they have some.
The people that control the dark web and do all the filthy things that you do, man.
Yeah, this guy, John Todd, he exposed it. He's pretty much said that's when a lot of Colvins were active and they were pretty much taking them for either trafficking.
That's right.
Or for sacrificial purposes.
That's right.
Sex magic, which he wasn't on a level until he came up on a level. Because he said when he was in a coven with witches, they didn't believe in so-called Satan, and they didn't know about the Illuminati. Right? And then he said until I got hired, then he said, oh no, this is the real player. This is what's really going on. Right? You were on the lower level, now you're on the higher level.
This is precept Proverbs 29 verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. This is Sirach 10 verse 4. It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
Right? The Lord runs and rules everything. He setteth up one and taketh down another. Right?
And it says here, and in due time he will set over it.
No, they're just admiring. I'm just seeing if they touch. If they touch, then I'll see.
Go ahead.
And it says here, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Right? In due time he'll set over it one that is profitable. So who is in rulership now is unprofitable this earth, man. Right?
In the hand of the Most High is the prosperity of man, and upon the person prescribed shall he lay his honor. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practices. Pride is hateful before the Most High and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit.
Right? And that's how Esau got into powership, got his rulership, man. Being unrighteous. Right? Unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. The injuries being the slave trade, or what he did to Jake. You know, castrating Jake, cutting off his foot because he was running away, putting smallpox on the northern kingdom, residential schools. Those are all injuries. And riches got by deceit. He stole his wealth, man. Right? All the wealth that he's got packed away in his vaults. It's stolen. Right?
This is Habakkuk precept. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Right? The vision is at a point in time. The vision being the prophecy. And at the end it shall speak. The prophets are speaking right now, loud and clear. Right?
And not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Right? These wicked Edomites, these elites, they're unrighteous, man. They're not right. They're wicked. They're off. They're all sodomites. Right? And the righteous shall live by faith. That's the elect. Right?
Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
He's a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Right? So he sent his wine throughout the whole earth, the wine being his philosophy. Right? Having people thinking they could be moles. Right? Having school teachers teach kids that it's okay to change your plumbing. Right? That's his wine that he's put on the whole earth. Right? He hasn't kept at home. He's got a military base in every, I believe it's over 900 military bases worldwide. Right? With a sword. He rules and he's conquered by a sword. Right?
Who enlarges desires hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
He can't be satisfied, man. He wants to take, pillage, colonize. And then reinvent the wheel to whatever people he takes over. Okay, now you need to worship this. Call on this God. And yeah, you can do that. Cut your hair, by the way.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead.
But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Right? Heapeth unto him all people. By going into his new world order, man. Right? He wants to see the whole world and have an all-seeing eye on every Wi-Fi tower throughout the whole earth. Right? Like doorbell cams and everything, man. Doorbell cams everywhere, bro. You knock on the door and someone answers.
That's right.
Right? And it's all on the cloud, man. Right? You see on CP24 people get arrested for a crime across the street because this doorbell cam over here caught the crime. Right?
Even the new glasses.
Oh yeah.
The new glasses connects to your phone,
Right.
and it records everything.
Yeah.
So some people are walking around with glasses that can record everything around them.
Verse 6, it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long?
Right. And we're starting to see these other nations get pissed off with the war. The war being America, the great Babylon. Her fiat currency. But let's go to the BRICS, because she's only wealthy because her dollar has been the trading dollar of the oil. So let's go to the BRICS because it's no longer a gold standard. So all these nations are pissed off. You have some of these troops, right, from these other nations, Iran and these nations, they've lost their families, they've lost their grandfathers by drone droppings. They're itching to get at America.
Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Right, ladeth himself with thick clay, man. That word clay is a bagya, meaning debt. America the Great is 36, what we know, $39 trillion in debt. I believe in the spirit is higher than that.
Oh, yeah. Way higher.
But it can't be repaid, man.
Way higher.
Way higher than that. That's why these elites are dumpster firing, fire selling off the corporation. The corporation being America. Right? But yeah, everyone's occupied with bread and circus. They think everything's good. Motherfuckers are all here in parks, blankets. They get everything is blessed. Right? Great tribulation coming in.
Yep.
Right? The dollar's going to be worthless. Right? The great crash is coming. The dollar ain't going to be value nothing, man. It's going to take 800 Canadian dollars to buy
A piece of bread.
Doritos bag of potato chips.
That's what I was telling somebody
Yep.
just the other day. I said, you people are not understanding the reason why the value of things is going to go up is going to be because of scarcity. Right? Yes, right now, you can go to LCO and find a bottle of liquor for $30. But in that day, if they let this strike go on for a month, that bottle of liquor is going to cost you $500. And it's going to be, it can be more because it's going to be determined about value. It's not about price no more. It's not going to be about price. People are going to have bidding wars. You might have the last Hennessy left, and people are going to have to go in a bidding war over that last Hennessy. So $500 would be cheap.
And the violence that comes along with that?
That's right.
Right.
Yep.
Verse 7, it says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them.
Booties, yeah. America the Great will be spoiled. Right? Once God, once their leader says, okay, it's go, it's green light, go. And they invade, robbery, spoiling. Hey, these Russian troops, they're vicious, man. They're going to see American women who they hate, and they're still going to ravish them. Feminism is going to be dead in that game, man. Feminism. I can go all bad by myself. I'm a bad bitch. That's going to get thrown out the window. Right?
Verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of
In that day, women are going to want to cover up, man. They're not going to be out here half naked, showing their shit. They're going to want to be incognito, man. They're not going to be out here showing their cleavage and their legs. They're going to want to hide, and they're going to be seeking a man of the Lord in that day, man. Hide me from the troops, right, man?
Just to add on to what you said about the Russians, even their pop stars over there, when they do live performances, you have certain politicians that get on them for exposing themselves too much, like Beyonce and all these other characters.
Exactly.
You know, they're a little bit more strict on how their women are shown. It says here, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his house on nigh, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. That was it from there. Sirach still. Closing up.
So that, all praises, all power, all glory. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who teach well and rule well. Shalom. Shalom. Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala. Abad Babal.